We're still learning the full scope of the wildfire disaster. The official death toll now stands at 106 people, but that number is expected to go up as the search efforts continue and many people are still missing. At this hour, both the Lahaina and Kula fires are not fully contained. Officials warn there are still hot spots in the Kula fire in hard-to-reach places. Jonathan Vigliotti has been sharing remarkable stories with us from Maui, and he joins us once again. Jonathan, good job for you. I mean, remarkable is the word here. You're pulling at all the heartstrings and the headstrings, too. Good morning to you.
And good morning to you, and I appreciate that. It has been heartbreaking here on the ground, and it's going to be so heartbreaking for residents that are returning home when this road reopens for the first time since this wildfire hit, and we now know many people will be not returning home to anything. So much destruction. We're talking entire neighborhoods were leveled to fields of ash. Dozens of emergency personnel, along with 20 cadaver dogs, are now searching through the wreckage of what has become the deadliest fire in modern U.S. history. Only about a third of the area at this hour has been searched, meaning that death toll is unfortunately likely to rise in the coming days. We've been sharing some heart-wrenching stories from people on the island, some fleeing for their lives covered in ash, others jumping in the ocean to escape the flames, waiting for hours in the water for help to arrive, help that came in some cases too late. And all of this is now raising concerns about the mental health about survivors and those that have been impacted by these wildfires. I spoke with a public health official, his name is John Oliver, about the mental toll survivors now face. Here's a part of our conversation. You've been talking to survivors. What experiences are they describing to you as they seek help?
You know, I mean, we had a friend who was actually there and near Lahaina Cannery, and she had a hard time sort of remembering what happened as far as sequence of events and sort of trying to explain what was going on. It was difficult, and so that was in the immediate moment of when it was happening and the trauma, and you know, for days after, just kind of being in a daze. And we were talking just with parents down in Napili, and they are very concerned about their children going back to school, and it does make sense. You know, they want to shelter their children after what has happened, but also returning to a classroom where they may find out that their fellow students that aren't in there, that they're no longer with them.
There are a lot of people saying that as of now, there's not a lot of government access to resources like yourself. Are there enough people to address mental health here right now on the island in this critical moment?
I believe so, and I don't know if they're actually on this island, but they are coming every day. And as far as access goes, it's very challenging, especially when you lose internet and you lose the main ways in which you communicate with individuals. So we have done and are doing everything we can as far as to reach people by radio, by social media, to friends, by also going out there into the communities. We're deploying teams to neighborhoods to go door to door to actually say, are you okay?
Have you ever dealt with a crisis of this magnitude, trying to reach out to those who need so much need like they do here on this island right now?
It's definitely, it's very large scale, and it's, you know, it is devastating as far as for Lahaina, as far as its symbolism and what it means to us who live here. So, and seeing the heartache, but I do feel that we are able to do this, you know, and we have to do this. So, and we're here to help. It's critical work, and Oliver tells me his team will be in the town this morning checking in on residents. Nate, he says a conversation is as simple as one question. It just takes, how are you feeling, to get people to open up, and you can imagine there's going to be a lot of that being asked here this morning and in the days and weeks to come. Nate?
Jonathan, thank you for your coverage. Eye-opening report. You know, Jonathan spoke with a woman earlier in the show, at the top of our show, and she said we are losing our patience and our sanity.
Yeah. I still marvel, though, Nate, of all the people. No one says, I'm leaving. No one says, I don't want to rebuild. I saw an interview with one man I thought was very strong where he says, I've been to hell and back. I've been to hell and back, and hell didn't want me. And now I'm going to be here and do whatever I can. It's heartbreaking. When you look at the pictures, it is apocalyptic when you see the devastation there.
Yeah, and it's their home that was taken so suddenly without warning that I can understand that they do not want to leave. And you worry about months from now, the help that they'll need as well.
It's good to highlight that. It's not just rebuilding their homes, it's rebuilding their peace of mind and their spirit.
Yeah, the news media will move on, but these people are still going to be suffering. We
Right.
can't forget that.
Yeah, and we'll continue to check back in on our people in Hawaii.